Hi, and welcome to the Institute of Health Sciences webinar. Tonight, I am going to be discussing the Diploma in Nutrition and Lifestyle Coaching and our Certificate in Health and Wellness Coaching. My name is Suzanne Laurie. I'm one of the Institute directors, and I'm delighted to be speaking to you this evening. Hopefully, I can give you all the information you need about those two courses. First off, please do just relax and listen. We're recording this webinar, so the presentation will be available to you tomorrow. We will email you through a link to it, so you can rewatch anything that you want to, or if your internet is to crash or you have any technological issues this evening, don't worry, you will have the whole presentation to look at again. Also, there will be time for questions this evening as well. So just jot down anything that you're wanting to know about. What I'd like to do is keep the questions to the end of each course, because there's a lot of information to get through. There's a number of you on this evening, and it might be that your questions get answered as I'm moving through the slides. So if you can hold them to the official Q&A points, that would be great. You might notice somewhere on your screen that you have a little toolbar, and that should have a little Q&A box. So if you have any questions, when we get to the Q&A section, you can just put them in there and I will go through and I will answer all those for you. Oh, sorry, I managed to turn my video off there. So the agenda for this evening then, I'm going to give you a brief introduction to IHS, then I'm going to talk in specific detail about our Diploma in Nutrition and Lifestyle Coaching, and then our Diploma in Health and Wellness Coaching. If anyone is just interested in the nutrition and lifestyle coaching, then obviously feel free to jump off the webinar after the information on that one. Anyone who is waiting for health and wellness coaching, apologies, we will be talking about nutrition and lifestyle coaching first, because that course is starting very shortly, and also most people on the call, that is the predominant course that they're interested in. So, who are IHS? Well, we are an industry and academically recognised training institute, and we specialise solely in nutrition, wellness and coaching. We've been around now for 16 years. We were founded in 2005 as an Irish college, but we now have thousands of students enrolled with us globally on our online courses. All our courses are either part-time or online or both when COVID allows, and they're designed specifically for adult learners. So we understand that adults generally have jobs, families, all kinds of demands on their time. So our courses are written to allow for flexible study, to allow you to fit that around your already busy lives. Our courses are also evidence-based, and they're based on a really personal and integrative approach to managing health. So we believe that everyone is an individual with their own nutrition and lifestyle needs and their own individual health problems, and things that will work for them and things that won't. But we also believe that their bodies work as a whole. So when we're working with individuals to improve their health and well-being, we're looking at them as a whole person, not individual parts. In terms of education, we like to ensure that all our students, whether they are in class or whether they're online, have as supported, dynamic and interactive learning experiences we can give them. So we utilise a lot of technology to do that, and we also have a big team for a small college to ensure that we can allow for more personalised support with personal tutors, with unit leaders, etc. And within that team, there is a wealth of experience in education, in science, and the vast majority of the IHS team, even outside of the academic team, so in the operations department, are practitioners, nutritional therapists, health and wellness coaches, and nutrition and lifestyle coaches. And we all have a lot of coaching practitioner experience to bring to you, but also a lot of business experience. So we understand what it means to run a clinic, in this industry and to run other businesses within this industry. And that is information that we are very, very happy to pass on to our students and our graduates also. So the learning environment within IHS, all students are enrolled onto Moodle. It's a virtual learning environment, so it's where you will find all your material, assessments, all handbooks, forums, everything can be found there. So it's like a one-stop shop. There's no stress of trying to find things. It's all in one place. And Moodle has an app. So it means that you can work from your desk, but you can also do elements of the course remotely. So that might be while you can listen to things while you're on a commute, you might be able to wherever, so that you can fit study around your lives. You do need to have a laptop computer because there are certain elements that Moodle requires that to be done on a computer, but there's lots of things that you can be doing outside that study space as well. And as I mentioned before, support is really key at IHS. It's at the core of our ethos. And all our students are supported throughout their studies. So whether you see us in class or whether you are remote, you will have personal tutors, unit leaders, the course leader working with you through your chosen course, ensuring that you understand the process, that you've got somebody that you can go to if you need additional support. And we also have a student support officer who their role is to work with any students who have any particular challenges to make sure that as much as possible we can help them keep moving forward towards their study goals, but we can also look at the best fit for them if they need any more support or they need to move off the course and then come back at a later stage. And that's really important to us for all our students. So what do our graduates think then? I'm not going to read through all these testimonials, but these are some of the emails and texts and messages that we've had over the last couple of years from graduates who have appreciated things like the support from everybody at the Institute and the passion of the teaching team, the calibre of the lecturers. So it's always nice to hear feedback like this, but obviously as a college, we're constantly striving to do better and to do the best that we can for our students. So that is a little bit about us as a college. Now I'm going to talk specifically about the Diploma in Nutrition and Lifestyle Coaching. So the best place to start, I find, with talking about nutrition and lifestyle coaching is to look at what it is, so that you've got a really clear understanding of what you could be doing in a year's time. So what does a nutrition and lifestyle coach do? Basically, they work with individuals or groups, if we're talking about consultations, which is what a lot of people do. And it's about finding out where somebody is at in terms of their health and wellness at the moment, and then helping to get to where they would like to be. And that is a kind of two-layered approach, if you like. So finding out where somebody is at is all about analysing where they're at, asking the right questions, using specific nutrient analysis software, doing a bit of detective work and digging. So you're specifically looking at their diet and focusing on what specific foods and food groups are there or aren't there, what nutrients may be lacking or where there may be too much, where there may be imbalances. Is there a variety in the diet? What is the quality of the food that is being consumed? What cooking and preparation techniques are being used? And what is an individual's eating behaviour? And that will all give you a really good picture of whether that person's diet is supporting or potentially impeding their health. And it's the same with lifestyle. And we specifically focus at IHS on sleep, stress, movement and exercise, support and community and environment. So what kind of an environment is somebody in? Is it conducive to good health or isn't it? Are they getting enough daylight, for example? Do they live very close to a main road, so there might be a higher toxin intake? Those kind of things. And body composition analysis as well. So looking at how somebody's body shape, whether that's an indicator of potential health issues or not. So you can see you're finding out an awful lot about clients. And then The job is to help move them forward. And that's done using personalized nutrition and lifestyle recommendations. So it's again looking at foods and looking at lifestyle and saying, what can I do here to optimize what this person is doing? And we're trying to optimize nutrient intake and add variety, add the color, add flavors, make healthy eating really appealing for an individual. It's not simply giving a list of different foods, it's personalizing it for that client. And we might use different dietary approaches as a basis, such as the Mediterranean diet and low glycemic load diet, different things like that, but then personalizing it for the client. And we will also look at lifestyle changes. Which areas are most important to work on now, you would be asking yourself, and what specific things could an individual be doing to improve their sleep, stress, etc. Nutrition and lifestyle coaches will also often use over-the-counter supplements. So that is additional nutrients in capsule or powder form to help support the changes that a client is making. But they are an adjunct to a good diet and lifestyle. They don't take over from it. So it's literally complementing what they're doing. You'll notice I'm talking about over-the-counter supplements. We feel it's really important that nutrition and lifestyle coaches and their clients are kept safe. So we have a list of supplements and different types of supplements that we would recommend a nutrition and lifestyle coach use, and others that are more appropriate for higher level qualifications like nutritional therapy, dietetics, etc. Now, one of the key things with nutrition and lifestyle coaching is that you've probably noticed already from a personal level, change is hard. So you can have all this knowledge, but you're not going to help somebody to improve their nutrition and lifestyle if you can't communicate well with the client. And if you can't find out what is their intrinsic motivation to change, what is going to be the thing that helps them get where they want to be, what are they ready to do and what are they not ready to do. So at IHS, we ensure that all students have training in coaching skills, because that is seen as the most effective way to elicit long-term lifestyle change. So you will learn how to communicate with the client to get the most effective results. So the key focus then, in a nutshell, is offering advice, offering strategies for change, encouragement and support for clients to be able to make changes that are to nutrition and lifestyle that are going to improve their health in the long term. Nutrition and lifestyle coaches aren't qualified to diagnose any conditions, and you're not analysing symptoms in a client with a view to diagnosing conditions. That is for primary healthcare professionals. But you can certainly work with individuals who have chronic conditions, who, you know, might be diabetic, they might be pre-diabetic, they might be obese, but, you know, there's a vast array of clients we can work with. But you might be working with a primary healthcare professional who is looking at any medication that they're on or advising from a medical point of view, and you can be helping them with changes with nutrition and lifestyle in the background. So there's an awful lot that we can do. So what is unique about our approach to nutrition and lifestyle coaching training? It is very practical. We are all about giving the information, but then layering that up with key skills. There's no point having knowledge if you don't know what to do with it. So we will look at how you apply that to what you might be doing once you graduate. And then we get you client ready. So this includes seeing live clients, it includes business training from industry experts. We also give you a comprehensive clinic toolkit so that you have all the paperwork that you're going to need once you graduate to see clients straight away. And we offer support after graduation. So all our graduates can join our Facebook closed group, which is the graduate network. And there's all kinds of information that goes into there. We still go live in there about business skills, lots of questions asked, graduates support each other, any opportunities in the industry. It's a really great place to help individuals get out there and practice confidently. So why study with us then? We have really robust academic accreditation. The course is approved by Ofqual at UK level 4, so that's the equivalent to QQI Irish level 6, and it's a regulated qualification, so it's on the Ofqual framework. It is also very well industry recognised. We're recognised by the UK Health Coaches Association, so UK and Irish-based graduates currently can register with them, and the Complementary Medical Association, Baylands Insurance, and BGI UK Insurance. So you have a number of places that you can go to ensure that you can insure yourself to practice and register with a body. And our approach, large-scale research results have shown that personalised nutrition is much more effective than general recommendations. So people are more likely to take on board recommendations that relate to them than just general things like 5 a day, low salt, if they can't see why. So there is an absolute need for nutrition and lifestyle coaches within every healthcare system. And most importantly, the key reason for me to study with IHS, you are shown step by step how to use your knowledge, as I said before. So you're confident and you're competent to practice as soon as you graduate. So what could you be doing? There are many career opportunities for nutrition and lifestyle coaches, and we hear of new ones coming up all the time. So this list gets longer, the more graduates we have out there. And it really is a kind of career where you can design it to suit your strengths, to suit your goals, and to suit your lifestyle, whether you're wanting to be working full-time, part-time, whatever that looks like for you. So options include private practice. An awful lot of individuals want to work and see clients one-to-one, whether that's independently, as part of an integrative healthcare clinic, online, whatever that looks like. Education for the public, so that can be evening classes, group programs, talks. You can become a Zest for Life affiliate. Zest for Life is a program that started in the UK but covers Ireland as well, where their affiliates run their 12-week program for members of the general public, and it's focused on improving overall health and well-being, and you can work with them to be one of their affiliates. Some individuals want to work within the health retail industry, so that might be offering in-store consultations, which lead to individual consultations. We've had graduates who have run their own health food stores, who have gone into product design, created their own health food products. It's a great program for affiliating with other healthcare professionals, so that might be in weight loss clinics, in gyms with fitness professionals, in pharmacies where there tends to be an awful lot of supplementation, etc. in there now, and more natural products. Corporate wellness programs are booming again at the moment, so that's another great place to go. If you like writing or media of any description now, then there's an awful lot of opportunities with writing for magazines, blogging, vlogging, you name it, it's out there. We have graduates who do food and nutrient analysis and consultations for restaurants and food production companies. And it's a great qualification for enhancing a current career. So we have a number of individuals who come on who are chefs, teachers, carers, they're already fitness professionals, you name it. So it's just, as I said, it's the kind of career where you can create it for yourself, which is super exciting. I already talked about the graduate support, so I'm just going to quickly skip over this because we've 2 courses to get through this evening. And let's move on to the specifics of the course, so what it looks like. There are 12 units over 10 months, and you can see that we start off with an introduction to nutrition and lifestyle coaching. So making sure you really understand the landscape, the healthcare issues that are most prevalent, particularly in Western countries, but more globally now, and what that looks like and what your role is as a nutrition and lifestyle coach within that landscape. Then we jump into food and breaking it down into its component parts. So making sure that you understand the different food groups, what they look like, what they bring in terms of nutrients to the diet. And then looking at the macronutrients and the micronutrients so that you've got a really understanding of the mechanics of food. We then move on to look at energy balance, so weight and weight management, how weight can increase in the body, etc. So really exploring that in detail. Then we start to look at the quality of food. So what happens to food when it's being produced, when it's being manufactured? How does that impact it positively and negatively? And then optimizing nutrition. So looking at the little key things that we can be doing to make the most out of food. If you're going to eat it, you might as well be in the most nutrient dense form possible. So we look at things like fermenting, soaking, sprouting. Do these things work? Do they improve the nutrient density of food? And how do you optimize nutrition intake, making sure that you're digesting and absorbing the nutrients that you need to also? We then have 2 lovely units on nutrition and then lifestyle for wellness and longevity. Because ultimately, yes, we're about helping people be as well as they can, but let's look at longevity. Let's look at helping them live as long as they can too. And the 2 together, living well for longer, is absolutely the goal for everyone. So we pull all the information together there and look at areas of the world like the blue zones, where they have the most individuals living to over 100 and living well to over 100, and what research shows that those cultures are doing that we might not be doing in other cultures where life expectancy is less. We then look at personalized nutrition and lifestyle for individuals. So looking at different groups and populations that might have differing needs, so different age ranges, the different genders, looking at eating on a budget, looking at cultural issues around food, looking at things like veganism, vegetarianism, and how they impact the recommendations that you'll be making for a client. There's then a unit on nutrition and lifestyle coaching in practice. This unit actually starts much, much earlier in the course than would be suggested on this diagram. We break it down because this is your consultation skills. So we run this in chunks throughout the course so that when you're learning some theory, you start to develop the skills to go with that. What is that going to look like when you're working with a client? If you know about the nutrients and you're learning how much somebody needs, how do you then analyze somebody's diet? So we move that right the way through the course so that you're really confident with your skills by the end of the course. And then we have the business unit. So really looking at how to be successful in this industry. There's no reason that you can't all be, but it does require effort and it requires consistency. So looking at that and looking at what works, what doesn't work, what opportunities are out there, with the, some of the basics of who you need to be speaking to, what you need to be setting up yourself as a company, but then looking at it from a coaching perspective as well. How can you set goals that are actionable? How can you keep yourself moving forward as a business professional as well as a coach? So just a quick summary then of our approach to teaching nutrition and lifestyle coaching. The study can be flexible. Most students, well, at the moment, all students are online, but you can work, we keep you moving through the course for the 10 months and everyone adheres to the same timetable, but you can be flexible with when and where you study within that. We keep it structured, we keep it interactive so that you've constantly got material that you're moving through. Everyone receives the same material, and then we help you with structuring how you work through it. The support we've already talked about with the nutrition and lifestyle coaching. Every student has a personal tutor. There are live webinars, there are small study groups, and there's all kinds of ways that we support you through the process of study. You can't get rid of us. And it's delivered by experts. So all the staff on the nutrition and lifestyle coaching program are at least a nutritional therapist. So they are UK level 6, Irish level 7, 8 and above. So they really know their stuff. We've talked about interactive study. We use multimedia clips. There are recorded consultations, demos from qualified practitioners. We put you in groups to practice your coaching skills, so you work through consultations together. There's guided forums, discussions, all kinds of things going on. And it's assessed by continual assessment. And again, we want to see that you understand the material, but that you can apply it to practice as well. So we use all kinds of methods. There are quizzes, there's dietary analysis and meal planning assessments, coaching, you're producing reports, information sheets, and you're basically moving towards case studies, so that we can see by the end of the course that you can run cases from start to finish with follow-ups before you graduate. So in terms of course structure then, it's 1 academic year, so that's 10 months to complete the course. It's currently entirely online because of COVID restrictions, but there are Zoom webinars included. The next start date for this program is the 25th of January. That is induction week. And the first unit opens Monday, the 1st of Feb. So it's not long until we're very excited till we kick off again. If anyone is interested in a January start and you haven't been in touch with us to register your interest or to enroll, I would recommend that you do it sooner rather than later, so that we can get you booked in for interview. Because we like to make sure that every student is a good fit for the course and that the college is a good fit for the student. In terms of study hours, it's 10 hours plus study per week. And we do ask you to make sure that you can commit to that, to work to get the most from the course and to, you know, graduate in that 10 months. So that is the basics of the course. In terms of fees, the monthly, if you're paying monthly, and that's 10 payments, it's €3,495 or £2,995 sterling. If you're paying by semester, which is 2 payments, there is a discount on the course fee, so it becomes €3,295 or £2,795 sterling. So if you are ready to enroll, then you'll find our enrolment form on any page of the website. You can submit that and then we'll schedule you in an interview. If you can't get an early appointment, then please do contact us and we will do our best to schedule you in and to make sure that we can facilitate an interview. If you're considering a May or September start, because we run this course 3 times a year, then you have a bit more time, obviously, so you might want to sign up to our free study trial. It's current nutrition and lifestyle course material, so it's great to just go on there. You can just have a little dip through. You don't have to look through everything. You don't have to complete the assessments that are there, but they're there to show you what it looks like, what you can expect from us, which we think is really important. So again, on any page of our website, you'll find the try us for free button. If you just click on there, you'll be given 2 options. One is the Diploma in Nutrition and Lifestyle Coaching. One is the Certificate in Health and Wellness Coaching. So just make sure you click the right one. And if you enroll today, here's some examples of the kind of things that you could be doing. This is just a few of our graduates who have graduated recently. And it just shows you the broad spectrum. So we've got BJ, who has created her own range of healthy ice lollies. So they are based on vegetables as well as fruit. Absolutely delicious. And in a lot of major stockists now. Yvonne Whitley started off making high protein snacks and treats, and now has opened a health food cafe in a gym in Cork City in Ireland, and has now opened a second venue as well. So they have incredible food in there and run lots of events as well as just running the day-to-day cafe. And then Catherine Smith is based in the UK, and she specialises in working with busy mums. She's a busy mum herself, so she understands the demographic, and she works with them on nutrition and lifestyle. She does one-to-one consultations. She also does group programs, all kinds of things. So you can kind of see the different things that you can be doing and that our graduates are already out there doing. And you also have a number of options after completing the diploma as well. So it might be that you just want to get out there, start practicing. But some people get really into the science of nutrition and they want to know more. And they really want to delve into what happens when food enters the body and is broken down. How can it have positive and negative effects? So you can move on to our diploma in nutritional therapy. The nutrition and lifestyle coaching is the first year of that program. Or we have a number of CPD courses if you're just wanting to upskill while you're working and just take on smaller chunks of study. So we currently have a certificate in personalized sports nutrition, certificate in stress management, coaching skills for everyday life if you're wanting to build some more coaching, fundamentals of plant-based nutrition, and we are adding some new ones this year, so watch this space. And we also have our certificate in health and wellness coaching, which I'm going to be talking about in more depth in a few minutes. So that, I'm just checking the time. Whiz through that. Hopefully I've given you most of the information that you were after. Now is the time, if you have any questions about nutrition and lifestyle coaching, that you can just put those into the little Q&A box and I will answer those for you. I can see that there's one in there already. So somebody was wondering how much focus is on each of the 4 elements of the course. Food, lifestyle changes, supplements, coaching skills. Okay, great question. So nutrition is a very core part of the course because that tends to be the core recommendations that you're making, and it's very important. There's a lot to nutrition. You've got all the different macronutrients, all the different micronutrients, all the different phytonutrients, and then all the things that happen with food. So we major on nutrition. However, lifestyle is very important as well. And even when we're talking about nutrition, a lot of lifestyle comes into that, because when we're talking about absorption and digestion and issues with that, a lot of times you're coming back to stress, these kind of things. So the two go hand in hand. There is an entire unit on lifestyle, but then as we said, it's fed into different units as well. And then the coaching skills are around about 20%. The coaching and consultation skills, about 20% of the course. So hopefully that answers your question there. What qualifications do we need to participate in the course? Okay, so qualifications. The basic recommendations for the course are Leaving Cert for Irish school graduates or 1 A-level from the UK, preferably, but not, it's not absolutely required, a science subject. If you don't have that, we will look at every individual in terms of what they've been doing since school, their work experience, life experience, etc. So they're the basic requirements, but you can apply if you don't have those. Is there an Irish accrediting body? Okay, so there isn't a registering body for nutrition and lifestyle coaches that is specific to Ireland, but the UK Health Coaches Association covers Ireland as well and ensures Irish graduates and includes them in everything that is going on. They are looking at expanding to other European countries as well. They're not there yet, but there is talk. Also, if starting in May, would you be starting midway? No, the course starts afresh 3 times a year. So we start in end of Jan, end of May, and then end of September. And you start right at the beginning of the course and you work through. Okay. Does the content of the nutrition part change with research? Absolutely. Current research that has just been released about gut microbiome, or would that be more nutritional therapy? You can't talk nutrition without talking gut microbiome. It's done at a lower level in nutrition and lifestyle coaching. And if you're really interested in the science behind those kind of things, then nutritional therapy is definitely for you. But yes, all our material is research-based and every unit has a unit leader and they are charged with keeping up to date with the research. So And we work together as a team on that. We're all really passionate about nutrition and lifestyle, so we're constantly sharing information and new research papers as a team. And then that filters into all our courses, and we just look at the appropriate level that it needs to be in the course. So the answer to that is absolutely yes. It's one of the things we pride ourselves on. Oh, lots of questions. Do you include any modules on childhood nutrition and obesity? Okay, so the pre and postnatal nutrition. All those things are included in different places in the course. Childhood and pre and postnatal are included in the personalised nutrition module, and obesity is covered in the energy unit. Is the course solely online at the moment due to COVID? If you opt for online, can you participate in classes, e.g. Dublin, if you wish? Yes, you absolutely can. At the moment, we're not in class, and we certainly won't be for the rest of this academic year. We will then need to take a view in, before September. We will let everybody know what we're going to do the next academic year. And once that happens, when we do run in class, the in-class lectures run with the September cohort, so not the January and May. We have those lectures, we have webinars instead for those classes. So yes, but if I'm very honest, we don't know what's going to happen, and I don't think anybody can. Nobody foresaw that we would still be in this situation nearly a year on last year. But yes, you can as an online student with no extra charge. If we're running in class, then you can attend. Is there a course start date between Jan and September, one you mentioned? Yes, end of May. As well. So it's end of January, end of May, end of September. How does the course differ from university nutrition courses? Okay, there are lots of nutrition courses, and they're all different in level, in content, in focus, in structure. So I couldn't even say what differentiates us from university courses as a whole. They're very different from each other as well. Some are dietetics, some are nutrition science, some are nutritional therapy. So what we always say to everybody is really do your own research, look at what you're wanting. We're very happy to talk through, if you want to talk to a course consultant, the difference between all those things, talk to you about what you're looking for, and therefore whether our course is going to suit you or not. It's really important that you do your research, because all of them have a different focus. Even diplomas will quite often have different focus, different level of practical application, skills focus, etc. The nutritional therapy course, somebody's asking how long is that? It is in total with the nutrition and lifestyle coaching, it's 3.5 years. So it's an additional 2.5 years on top of the NLC diploma. Do students do practical coaching while on the course, or is it only with other students, tutors? No, you see live clients as well, so you are coaching clients. If you started on the course in January, when could you progress onto nutritional therapy? Would that be this year? The nutritional therapy course, we only run that once per year, so that's from end of September onwards. Anyone who starts in the January or May cohort and is interested, then we always say talk to us individually. Generally, we recommend that you don't try and kind of cram the two together too much unless you have a strong science background or even a nutrition background. But we can chat to anybody who's interested individually and work with them to see what the best fit is. We do have pre-NT modules, so pre-nutritional therapy modules that students can be working through so that they can be really getting to grips with the science and really kind of step into NT very easily after nutritional therapy if they decide and we decide that waiting until the following September is the best thing. And in the meantime, you're away working as a nutrition and lifestyle coach anyway. Does the diploma in nutrition and lifestyle course have to be completed before so similar question. Generally speaking, yes, it does. And then you move on. Occasionally, we do allow an overlap, but that is done on a very one-to-one basis. would a BSc Health Sciences degree be sufficient? Okay, I'm presuming you have a BSc Health Sciences degree. If you have a BSc Health Sciences degree, get in touch with us and we can look at what we call fast tracking. So it's quite likely that you will be able to move on to the second year, if you like, so the first year of the nutritional therapy training, and it might be that we just give you some additional material on coaching to make sure that you've got those skills and you're not missing out. Are there online classes at certain times of day, or can you take them to suit you around a working schedule? They're generally in the evening, but they're all recorded. So if you can't attend live, then you're very welcome to take the recording and to watch that back. If doing online, how does it work with patient practice? You see the clients remotely from us. It's audio recorded and then we listen to it, and the patient isn't given any material until we've listened. So you gather the information, you put together what you want the recommendations to be. They're signed off by your personal tutor, and then you give them to the client, and that is recorded as well. Then you see the client again so you can see what the outcome was. Okay. With COVID at the moment, normally we would say to get the client in the room with you. That's often not possible, so it can be a Zoom consultation or whatever technology you want to use. How soon can you start seeing clients? Do you have to finish the course? Yes, you do need to finish the course. We want to be able to see that you can, sign off your case studies. So it's after the point of graduation. How much is the nutritional therapy course, please? So you've got the first year, which is the prices that I gave you. You then have years 2 and 3. I am very bad with specifics at prices, which the other director of the college does not get amused about. I think it's 4295, but it's around about that for each year. I'm very sorry, I'm not being totally specific. It is on the website. And then there's clinical practice, which is 6 months on top of that, which I believe is 1995. Do you accredit prior learning for nutritional therapy? Yes, I think I've sort of already answered that for you. Sorry, I'm just laughing because the other director is spying on me. Thank you very much, Lawrence. It is 3895 per year, so it's actually cheaper than I said. Thank you very much, Lawrence. Can somebody wants me to clarify, if accredited with a UK body, does that allow you to practice in Ireland? Yes, it does. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Wow, mammoth amount of questions there. I hope I've got through them all. If you've thought of anything else, or there's anything that you find afterwards, I'd like to know about that. Just get in touch with us. You can shoot us through an email. We have live web chat during working hours as well, so you can shoot through there. Or give us a call and you can talk to one of our course consultants, and we're very happy to talk you through any other information that you need. Okay. All right. So as I said, anybody who is just interested in nutrition and lifestyle coaching, feel free to jump off the call now. Thank you so much for joining us, for giving us your time this evening. I hope it's been helpful to you. Anybody who is interested in the certificate in health and wellness coaching, we are going to be talking about that now. So this is a course that a number of nutrition and lifestyle coaches go on to do, and a number of other healthcare professionals go on to do, because it is such a useful set of skills. So let me say goodbye to anybody who is leaving and then jump into health and wellness coaching. So again, I think the best place to start is what it is. Okay, so health and wellness coaching is a set of tools. It's not a therapy in itself. It is tools, communication techniques, and skills that any healthcare professional can use to help promote positive change in their clients. And that might be with individuals or it might be with groups. And it's developed over the last 30 years as a really important healthcare discipline, because a lot of healthcare practitioners were finding they had brilliant information, brilliant knowledge, but compliance was low with their clients. Their clients weren't going away and making the dietary changes or the lifestyle changes or taking the medication that they were being given, whatever it is that they were being asked to do. And so the tools and skills from health and wellness coaching have allowed practitioners to be more effective and to get better results for their patients and their clients. But they also translate brilliantly into everyday life as well, and many different careers. They're amazing for enhancing communication and promoting development and change. So as a college, we have coaching at our core, and it's how we communicate between ourselves as a team. It's how we communicate with students, and we believe it's the most effective form of communication for growth and development. So it is basically, very simply, life coaching, but with a wellness focus. So it utilizes the latest evidence-based behavioral change strategies. So from life coaching, things like the readiness to change model, which is basically that nobody will change until they're ready to do so. So you have to work with them to find out what they're ready to change, what they're not ready to change, and focus on the right things with your clients. It looks at why people can't change. So if they don't have basic support, basic safety, basic measures in place, they're not going to be able to focus on change. There's strategies from NLP in there. We look at things like SMART goals, which are really effective goals. If you don't have an effective goal, you don't know where you're going, so you don't know how to get there. How to turn goals into action steps, and then how to move forward. So it's a really, really powerful set of skills. And just to really illustrate that, I just want you for a second to think for yourself, is there a lifestyle change? And I think January is a great time for this because we've all just come out of Christmas excess. So is there something that you know you could be doing to improve your health? Just think for a second. That thing that you're like, oh God, I should be exercising more, should be joining the gym, should be eating less chocolate. So you know exactly what it is that you need to do, and you're probably very interested in nutrition and lifestyle, or you might not be on this webinar. But are you able to do it? Have you even implemented the change? Maybe you have, and then you've ended up back where you started. Or you just keep avoiding change. Okay, that is very normal. It's very, very common. And why? It's because change is hard, and we don't acknowledge that enough. If it was easy, we'd all be living our healthiest lives, and we're not. And it's because, particularly with integrative healthcare, so nutrition and lifestyle coaching, any of those kind of professions, we ask a lot of clients. We're asking them to change their diet, to change their lifestyle, to do things differently, there's a perceived loss of different things from their life. And that can be hard to swallow. So change can be daunting. It requires being ready. It pushes everyone out of their comfort zone, and our brain will try to get us back into our comfort zone. It requires preparation. How many people in January go, I'm going to join a gym, and maybe don't even own a pair of trainers? It requires consistency, longevity, and perceived losses. So I'm not going to be able to eat the foods that I like to. I'm not going to be able to go to the pub with my friends. All these things I'm not going to be able to do. So we often reject change. And someone tells us that we need to do something as well, we're much less likely to do it. So do any of you have somebody in the background saying, you need to be doing this, you should be doing that? And you find that is actually moving you further away from change, because nobody wants to be admonished. And we're quite often given reasons for change that are generic. So within the NLC presentation, we talked about why personal nutrition works. And this is why. Because if you're given a reason to change that doesn't resonate with you, you're not going to do it. You need to find the reason that works for you. So how a health coach works then. Why is this all relevant? A health coach will acknowledge to every client that they're an expert on their own life I'm not the coach. So takes the prescription away. It's like, you know your life. I'm just helping you make the changes that you want, and only you know what you want to do right now. They act as an ally and not an expert. So they're there to help, not to give advice, not to tell somebody how to do it. They're empathetic and understanding, not judgmental. They'll find out how ready you are to change and then help you with that. They'll find out why you want to change and also the reasons that you might not want to, because that is never acknowledged. Let's look at the reasons that I might not want to change. Am I scared? Am I scared about losing things? What are those reasons? They'll work with you and your ideas. They offer support. They help formulate a workable plan. So it's all about being realistic of what is possible and what isn't. And then they'll help you stick with it, and they'll celebrate your successes. So this is the job of a health and wellness coach. And I love this analogy. It's the mountain guide analogy. So a coach is like a mountain guide. They're not going to stand at the bottom of the mountain and just point up and say, you need to go to the left, go around that rock there, take a right, up until you're at the top. But they're also not going to stand in front of you and pull you up. They're there to work with you, to support, to motivate, to walk the same track, to point out potential pitfalls. You work together as a team. So I think it's a really nice way to look at health and wellness coaching. So what you're not telling people what to do. You're not an expert in somebody else's life. You're not about telling people off. It's not about diet and exercise. There are a number of qualifications that call themselves health coaching that are actually nutrition qualifications. Pure health and wellness coaching is not. It is not a nutrition qualification. It's about the communication skills. So, and the research is amazing. It is going off the scale popular, particularly in the UK, and Ireland is following because the research is amazing. When health and wellness coaching strategies are used alongside conventional healthcare practices, they found that depression scores are lowered, exercise behaviors are improved, long-term weight loss is maintained, quality of life scores generally go up, reduction in hospital admissions and A&E visits because of things like people being more compliant with their medication, with their healthcare advice, and a significantly increased goal attainment. So it's amazing research. The health and wellness coaching at IHS then is the certificate in health and wellness coaching, and it's practitioner training, so you're qualified as a health and wellness coach at the end of it. It's webinar based. It starts on the 8th of February and it's 16 webinars over 8 weeks, and they're 2 hours each on Mondays and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. There's also structured home study. There's buddy coaching, so you work with another student to coach each other so you can see the process right from the off. You need to complete a case study as well. There's full tutor support, and then there's group forums. So there's a lot of support on this course, and it's a really lovely learning environment. Everybody works together so well. It's a really practical course. Everybody seems to love it. I get very excited because I've done this course and I loved it when I did it. We actually brought this course over to Ireland first, and now we run it in the UK as well, online obviously at the moment, but usually in Dublin and London, in association with Dr. Michael Arlowski. So he was the founder of a training provider in the States, and he is seen as one of the fathers of health and wellness coaching. He was there right from the beginning, and he's trained thousands of coaches around the globe. He's a licensed psychologist and a certified coach with over 30 years experience, and he's also written a number of books in the field. So we found health and wellness coaching, and there wasn't anything like it in Ireland at the time. So we brought it over to Europe because we were just so excited by it. The course that we teach has a very step-by-step approach to it. So you know exactly what to do with the client at any given time. So again, you're given lots of paperwork that you can use when it's updated. You get the updates as a graduate as well, and it takes you through the key phases of coaching. So that's exploring with a client, making sure that you understand exactly where they are, that they understand it, that they know where they want to go. You look at their vision, so they create their what we call a well life vision, so what their best life would look like, and then you discuss with them what's going to motivate them to get there, what is their intrinsic motivation. You help them create a wellness plan, so covering any aspect of their life that they want to, but a step-by-step approach for getting where they want to be. That turns into action steps. You look at accountability. So who is going to keep them in track? How are they going to make sure that they keep themselves on track? Look at any barriers to change that might be in the way and how they can be addressed. And then it's about tracking, looking at progress, creating clear outcomes, and then moving on to the next goal. So it's a really cyclical process. And it uses lovely tools like this, the Wheel of Life. You might have seen this before. If you haven't, just get online afterwards, print yourself off a Wheel of Life from somewhere and give this a go, because it really shows you how coaching can work. So on the Wheel of Life, you rate from 1 to 10 how satisfied you are with different elements of your life. So that can be anything. You can see here we've got career, money, health and well-being, family, friends, etc. And it's about how satisfied you are in each of those areas. And most people will end up with a Wheel of Life that looks something like that. And that's a great jumping off point for them working with a coach and saying, okay, well, family is really high. What is happening in that section of the pie that is working? Why is romance working for me, but health and wellness isn't? Am I not putting the same amount of focus on there? What can I be doing to get higher scores? So you can work with this and then keep coming back to it, and you're aiming to get your wheel with as many kind of 8s to 10s as you possibly can. You'll use tracking sheets like this one so that you can see somebody is very, very clear about what they need to be doing and when, and all kinds of other paperwork. And in terms of career opportunities, a lot of individuals are healthcare professionals and they want to put it alongside that, or they might want to offer health and wellness coaching as a new addition to their offerings as well. You can work with groups, so it might be people with the same health concerns, so a named condition, excess weight, etc. A lot of health and wellness coaches are working in corporations now, introducing employee wellness programs. You can work with insurance companies. In the States now, most insurance companies will require anyone who is signed up with them to have coaching sessions, and that is coming into the UK and Ireland as well. And then you tell us, there are so many different things that can be done with health and wellness coaching. And this is the course that a lot of people say is the difference that makes the difference. Because you go on a journey as a student as well. You are getting coached yourself. You can start to see your own little foibles and, oh, I can see that I struggle with change there. And why is that? And then you can really empathize with clients and really utilize those skills. The course is accredited, is recognized by the International Coach Federation, and it's seen as CPD training. So it's recognized as 37 approved coach-specific training hours. You can then do additional training to become a full member of ICF. With this course, you can join as an associate member, but you can register yourself and ensure yourself to practice as a health and wellness coach. You can also register with the Complementary Medical Association, and it's recognized by the UK Health Coaches Association as CPD for anyone who is wanting to join their body who has a nutrition qualification but doesn't have the coaching aspect. So in terms of course fees, it's €895 or £795 sterling. Again, you can try us for free with this one. So you can sign up for a free study trial like you can with the Nutrition and Lifestyle Coaching Diploma. So just hit the try for free button on our website. And it's about a week's worth of material. It's online. It covers an introduction to health and wellness coaching and some course material, and there's no obligation. It's just a great way to see, again, what the course material is going to look like, how the qualification works. Okay, so that is health and wellness coaching in a nutshell. I can see some more questions have come through. Okay, so just going back, if you have an NLP certificate and NLP for weight loss training, Will there be repetition in this training? NLP is quite specific. Health and wellness coaching is somewhat different. We've had NLP practitioners who have done the course and have enjoyed the combination. They think it works really well together. The trainer for the upcoming course is an NLP practitioner as well. So what I would suggest is that if you contact us and you want to speak directly to him about how it works, what the overlap is, what he does with the two qualifications together, then that might be a great place to start so that you can make sure that it's a good fit for you. Is the course accredited by a coaching organisation? Okay, so we've just talked about that. Can you do the certificate before you do the dip in health and wellness coaching? People generally do it the other way around because this certificate is designed for current healthcare professionals or somebody in a related industry. So be that fitness, things like yoga, integrative healthcare, those kind of things are included in that as well. If you have a background in healthcare and then absolutely yes, and then you could move on to do the diploma in nutrition and lifestyle coaching. If not, as I said, it tends to be the other way around because you'll get the basic of coaching on nutrition and lifestyle, and you'll also get the expert so that you can get clients, and then you can put the coaching on top and expand your client base. Is there business support on this course, such as pricing? We'll always talk with you things like pricing. There's no formal business unit on this course, simply because it's designed for current healthcare practitioners, so that they're normally seeing clients already, so they've kind of got their pricing structure in place. However, if you're adding on new things like coaching programs, workshops, those kind of things, absolutely, graduates of this program can join the graduate network that we have as well. So things like pricing are discussed all the time in there, what people are charging, how it works now it's all online, those kind of things. So there's a lot of support from us on that. Can you repeat the euro price again for the certificate? Yes, it is $895. Somebody's asking, if you are not currently a practitioner, we should do the diploma first. Yes, that would be my recommendation. It's very rare that somebody who isn't in the industry comes on to do the certificate. It's not unheard of, but we would need to talk to you exactly about what you want to do with it and what your plans are. And generally speaking, we find that the diploma is the first port of call, and then the health and wellness coaching afterwards to really build those skills and allow you to expand out your client base. Okay, so I think that I have answered. Is this course recognised by the health coaches within the NHS? So the NHS are currently looking at their provision for health coaching because it's very new to the NHS. So we do have coaches who are working within the NHS. They're looking formally at what the education requirements are going to be for the NHS. That process is underway, I believe, but in very early stages. But we have had coaches work within the NHS, so I can't formally say yes or no. I think at the moment it's, there isn't a recognised course structure for health coaching within the NHS, so they look at everybody individually. How many hours are needed for assignments outside of the course? With this course, we recommend kind of 6 to 8 hours study per week, so it's less time commitment than the diploma, but you do need to be doing the reading on the outside and the practical stuff as well. Okay, somebody says, thanks very much, very informative. Good to hear. Hopefully I've answered all your questions and you've got all the information that you need. I'm just going to see, there's a chat function as well, so I think somebody's asking, the health coach course, who is the accrediting body? It's the International Coach Federation. Okay, so I think I've answered everything that has come in. Thank you so much for your time, particularly those of you who've stayed on for the full hour. slightly over. Really appreciate your time this evening. I hope it's been useful. If you do have any other questions, as I said at the end of the nutrition and lifestyle coaching section, please do get in touch. Email, web chat, social media even, however, or give us a call. There's lots of ways that you can get in touch and ask us any questions that you need to. And I hope that we will see some of you on an IHS course very soon. Thank you again for joining, and I'm going to say goodbye now, and hope to see you soon. Thanks very much, and enjoy the rest of your evening.